Hi everybody, this is Tara Woodruff at Holiday, Florida, and I wanted to make a video for my first day of my number 2 e84 challenge. I'm super excited that I even finished the first one because I've been kind of a big fan of challenges, if you know me at all, and I never actually completed one. I stayed on, the program throughout the entire time I was there, but I never completed a challenge where I could actually I wasn't having results, so I was kind of really shy about posting, oh yeah, guess what, I gained 10 pounds. Woo! That didn't happen with this time. It's not happening with this product line. And my first challenge, I didn't do everything that I set out to do, because it's not only just about losing the weight, it's about creating a newer lifestyle. And part of that was reducing coffee, going to bed earlier, and eating earlier. And there were a lot of times that didn't happen. There were a lot of times where I continued to drink coffee throughout the day. There were a lot of times where dinner was at 8, 9 o'clock at night instead of 6 o'clock. And there were a lot of times where I stayed up very late. So that part of the challenge was like, oh, didn't do so great. But the results were another story. My goal was 15 pounds, and I ended up losing 12. That means so much to me. It doesn't matter anything, because once the challenge is done, you look back, you measure your results, you learn your lessons for where you made mistakes, and you move on to the next one. So here I am, day 1 of my second e84 challenge, and I'm super excited. I have a new goal. It's not so much about the poundage, because we'll see how that goes. I'm sure ideally I would like to lose another 25 pounds on this second challenge. But that's not where I'm going to get really focused on. Where I'm really focused on is my waist measurement, because this challenge is dedicated to killing the visceral fat. The visceral fat, I don't know if you've seen my blog, but I'm going to encourage you to go back to it right away. I wrote a blog about it. I found a bunch of information. There's a bunch of information out there, and I had never heard of it. Being in the health and wellness industry, I cannot believe I've never heard of it. It's not so much the fat that's on the outside of your muscle structure. It's the fat that's inside your rib cage. Surrounding visceral fat, the purpose of it is, why we even have it, is to protect your organs from banging up against your rib cage and getting injured. Okay? But when that fat becomes too much, it actually constricts your organs and causes you to have poor health. That's where the big beer belly comes from. You ever notice this? You ever notice, like, Santa Claus, you poke his belly and his belly's hard as a rock. Like, well, that's crazy. It's because the outside of him doesn't necessarily have a lot of fat. It's the inside. That's one of the leading causes of, or symptoms and cause of diabetes. All sorts of terrible things happen when you have excess visceral fat. Your organs are not meant to be compressed, they're just meant to be padded. So I'm going to link into this the blog. I also have it up so that I can talk a little bit more about it. It's a severe problem, and basically the way to measure your visceral fat would not be with a BMI counter at all. What it would be with is your weight, your height, and your waistline. Okay, so say I think I'm 5'4". My ideal waistline should be 26 inches. And anybody that is 5'4" that has a waistline that's above 30 inches to 34 inches is considered overweight. And anybody, and this is at the height of 5'4", I'm just picking my height, and anybody that has a waistline that's above 34 inches is considered obese. And they are in big danger with having complications because of the visceral fat. That's what I'm focusing on this time. I have measured my waist. I did full measurements. What I did the basic full measurements. I did my breast line, my waist, my hips, my thighs, and my left thigh, and my left arm. And this is the numbers, guys. I'm going to put it up here. I'm also going to have a picture of the before. My breast is 46. That's way too high, obviously. My waist is 43 inches, so I'm 10 inches away into the obesity range. My thighs were 48 across, my hips were 51, and my leg was 32. My 32-inch leg? Come on now. And my arm was 16 inches, which I'm kind of shocked because I felt like my arms were really super big, but I guess, you know, not so much anymore. I don't know. So my goal is to really bust down this here. And my goal there is to lose 10 inches. I want to be in the overweight range, just under the 44 mark. I want to lose 10 inches in my waist. The rest of it will come. All these inches will change as that changes. But my true focus is going to be on the visceral fat, and the only way I can measure that is through my waist size. Okay? The rest of it is exterior fat, dermis fat. So that's going to go away just based on what I'm doing for the waist size. Now, what that means, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my product line, of course. I'm adding Limitless to my monthly product line auto ship. I'm going to stick with my Cafe Rosso. Love it. I am 1 shake a day with 2 scoops, or 2 shakes a day with 1. Depends on how I feel that day. I want to make sure that I'm getting the proper amount of eating at the proper amount of intervals. 1 healthy meal. And that I'm aiming for under 7 o'clock at night. I'm trying to readjust my level up. You know, I want to be as realistic as possible because I'm still staying up really late. And what's the other? More water, more water, more water. I'm doing really great. And here I'll show you that this is not this is a Voss bottle. And in here I have a packet of Activate ATP. And so outside of drinking my water, I drink 1 or 2 of these a day because I want to keep that coffee down and I want to feel energized, because even though I work from home, it's still work and it's still taxing, and this seems to really benefit me in that way. And also it's going to benefit me with the level of lactic acid that's available in my muscles when I am after a workout. You ever get that horrible feeling with your legs are like, oh, like restless leg syndrome? That's what that is. And this increases the ATP levels in your bloodstream by 67%. And it's all natural, and you don't have to worry about, you know, somebody getting hurt from it or getting sick from it. It's not going to make them blind, or there's no excitotoxins inside the product, whether it be the shake or the coffee or the water. Now I want to start drinking some real live water outside of just spring water, and I'm going to start drinking our Evolv water. It's amazing. So that's what I'm going to do as far as products are concerned. Lifestyle wise, I'm going to exercise more, and I'm going to focus on tightening the muscle structure in between my visceral fat and my external fat. I have a rebounder. I think that really just need to get on that a good 10 minutes a day and really just make sure that happens no matter what. And then anything extra, I want to start going on further, longer walks. Last year when I was having a really tough time financially, I walked a lot. And that's probably what kept my mind straight. And right now, I'm not walking at all. You know, I might get it around the corner and so forth, but it's not daily, it's not enough. And so I really want to focus on increasing my physical activity, start doing some more yoga, maybe redo the 30-day Aaron Motz yoga, because it was fantastic and it really was quick. And, you know, for 30 days, I would like to add that to, I really love yoga and I want to be a yogi, but yet I don't do enough yoga to become one. So I need to get disciplined on that and start doing it some more. I got a couple girls that I'm doing this with, and it's really fantastic, and I really hope that you guys decide that you want to do your own E84 challenge. We hold each other accountable, but not to the point of like, oh, what are you doing? Because that doesn't work for me. I don't like hearing that, so I'm not going to do that to you. And to tell you the truth, even though we work together and we support each other and we share recipes, like look what I had for dinner tonight. Last night I made a vegetarian Cincinnati spaghetti. It was insane. We share things like that with one another. We say good job and stuff like that. We don't berate each other, because everybody's goal's different, everybody's timeline's different, and nobody wants to be scolded anymore. That's old school. You know, if we wanted to, we could have been ballerinas and you know, we could have just been harped upon about every little thing, and that's not it. We want to eat the food as well. We want to enjoy our life, right? We just don't want to enjoy it so much that it's going to make you ill. That's not really enjoying life. That's really a cop-out. So I hope that I inspire you. I hope that I have some really great results for you. I'm also going to try to be a little bit better about keeping you updated during the 84 days. As the 84 days go, I really didn't do much. Sometimes I was like, oh, I'm just not doing so good. You know, making sure that I post at least once a week something is going to, even if it was just little tidbits of, you know, just little like, oh, I really was freaking out. I wanted coffee at 1 o'clock in the morning. I did, and then leave it at that. At least you'll see how I'm doing as I go. I'm going to measure my waistline once a week. I'm expecting some amazing results. In the past, I have noticed that when you do any kind of light weightlifting, is for women, but when you add weights to your workout, your inches greatly improve. Now that's not going to help you lose pounds, because what's going to happen is you're going to burn fat and gain lean muscle mass. Lean muscle mass weighs more per area, not, you know, the pound is a pound, but in less area, and that will definitely help me out with that. So maybe I'll check out, I know my neighbor has some weights, maybe I'll go over there and bust some moves in the garage, you know, old school style. So that's all. I didn't want to go on and on and on, but I did want to show you where I've begun. And I also have a picture with my before and afters, you know, front, side, and back. I still have the cute butt. And let's do this, guys. Let's crush it. You know what? We only get to live once. And I'm really excited that I get to finally be enjoying a product that can help me achieve my goals, that will not hurt me, that will not make me think that I have to use the product even more because I'm not doing enough. And in fact, that's not what's happening. You know, I'm double poisoning myself, which is what happened to me before. And that's why, if you've been following my blog, you didn't see any changes in my physical appearance, because none happened. It got worse. So do your homework, guys, please. Whenever taking any products whatsoever to help you with your health, make sure health is the #1 part. And if the way that you need to get healthy happens to be weight loss, that's okay. But health and balance is the #1 thing. And if you are starving yourself and pouring poison into yourself to get smaller, and they're telling you it's to get healthier, they're lying. It's just not true. It's not true. You can go back and look at another article. I have a list of symptoms that I experienced in the previous product line that I was using to try to get healthy. And I was lied to. I was deceived. So, that's all. I love you guys. And off I go!